All right. Good morning to those who are here live with us for the Mother Load today. We are going to be talking about post-Christmas feels, however that lands for you, whatever might need to be processed or just felt or maybe released. A lot of my sessions in the last couple of weeks with my one-on-one clients have been about processing some Christmas moments or maybe just wanting to savor some of the goodness, but also process some of the hard parts, that just kind of naturally come with Christmas, whether that's overstimulation or needing a moment of regulation because maybe there wasn't any, over the holidays. So that's what we're kind of hoping. That's our intention today, is just to feel the feelings about Christmas or the break or anything in that general period of time, and whatever kind of comes from the meditation that we do today and your art making or your reflection, it matters. It's coming up because it's supposed to. So at any point, if you feel really overwhelmed or detached, maybe even from yourself, just like noticing those feelings in your body, um, so that they can be allowed to exist and to be here. So, um, like always in our sessions, our process is a bit of a brain dump. So I'm going to put some questions on actually, I'm probably just going to put them in the chat today because I didn't have a chance to pre-do any slides. So I'm just going to put a couple of sentence starters in the chat. And for anybody who's watching this who might be new, because we had a few members come in over Christmas, sentence starters are, I give you the first part of the sentence, like I am ... I feel ... There's many others that I use in my practice. Those will give you a good idea. I'll put those in the chat. So we do the brain dump, we do a meditation, then we have time for art, an invitation for art or journaling, and then some reflection questions at the end. Then I stop the recording so that people here live can share, and then we close. So I'm going to put some of those sentence starters in the chat. For those of you watching the recording, I will have the slide done. Again, for those of you who've never been to a session before or are watching this recording for the first time, the sentence starters are meant to get your brain going. They're meant to allow your hand to just write, what's happening up here. And so I really encourage people to not censor, to not judge, to not omit. If your first thought when you answer the question of I want is I want my mother-in-law to fly away on a broom and never come back to me again, then write that down. That matters. If I want my baby to sleep through the night is your first thought, then write that down. They don't always have to be about our intention today of talking about Christmas either. When writing down the sentence starters, they are meant to evoke a thought, and you allow that thought to come out and you just write until there is no more words or thoughts about that topic. All right. Get yourself into a comfortable position if you can, with you and whoever else is joining along with you today. If you can be seated, great. If you can't be seated or you happen to be feeding and that maybe that looks like lying down or sitting in a chair, or maybe you're walking around with babes or running after toddlers, whatever you happen to be doing while you're here live or listening to the recording, just getting into a comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you today, whatever that feels like. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, but you don't have to. If it's better for you to be eyes open, or at any point during the meditation, you need to have eyes open, I trust that you can make that choice or those decisions for yourself today in terms of how present or how in tuned you can or are willing to be. So just close your eyes, and we're just going to start with a couple of deep belly breaths, really focusing on breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to begin by just listening to the sounds in your room. Letting the sounds come to you. Letting your body be fully present with you in this moment. Maybe to find your own body in the room. Maybe that looks like, looking at it from a different perspective, or just noticing the way your body feels in this room right now. Noticing the points of contact between your body and the ground, or the chair, or the couch. And I want you to welcome yourself to this room like you would if you were greeting a friend. We're going to drop our awareness into the body, noticing the physical sensations as they come and go, the pleasant, the unpleasant, and the neutral. Are there any pleasant sensations in your body? If yes, can you take a moment to appreciate and savor them? Are there any unpleasant sensations? If yes, can you make space for them, allowing them to be there, if only for this one moment? Remembering that you are not alone. The uneasiness and discomfort, the tension or the stress or the guilt, it is all part of being human, and you are not alone. And where you feel discomfort, can you let your heart soften a little? Feeling a little bit more tender, simply because you are. Maybe in this moment you feel called to offer yourself some words of encouragement. Maybe that comes in like an I am statement. Or maybe it comes in as, it's okay. You can handle all of this. Need to take a moment now and just allow Christmas or the holiday season, or December, January, to just kind of move through your mind's eye, kind of like you're watching a movie. It could be first person, or third person. And as that plays in your mind's eye, I want you to take a moment to think about 3 or 4 things that you really appreciated about yourself over Christmas. The first few things that come up may be kind of superficial. That's okay. See if you can be open to what you really deep down like about yourself or liked about Christmas or the holidays. Do you experience any uneasiness or maybe a detachment or a resistance to thinking about these things? I want you to make space for whatever that feeling is. And just let yourself be here. Remember that you're saying that you always show these qualities, or that you always show up in this way. You're simply acknowledging that these things felt good and true. It's okay to recognize yourself, even if you feel like you don't always show up in that way. Now, I want you to focus in on one moment or one quality, one win in particular. Take a moment to consider if there are people who maybe helped you develop this quality or who helped you in this moment. Friends, parents, teachers, authors, social media people you follow can have a positive impact on your life. And as you think of these positive influences, I want you to send them some appreciation. Let yourself savor for this moment, feeling good about yourself, feeling good about a boundary you set, a truth that you spoke, a moment you handled with grace, a moment you just simply got through or survived. Notice how your body changes, how your mind changes when you are able to just be here, giving grace and gratitude and compassion for these moments. And whenever you're ready, taking a few more deep breaths, this time breathing in light, breathing out color. Breathing in light, breathing out color. Whenever you feel ready, coming back to the room. And I give you the invitation to create an art piece, an art journal page, a scribble, a journal dump, uncensored writing, whatever you feel called to do in this moment to express yourself. I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to turn my computer down so that you can feel like I'm participating in the process with you. We will participate in the creativity, I'm going to say 15 minutes today so that we have time to wrap up on time. And then I will put some journal questions in the chat. For those of you who are watching the recording, I will create a slide and put them there, and then we'll close and debrief. Journal questions are in the chat if you would like to go through them. For the sake of time, because I have a client right after this, I'm only going to give you 2 minutes to journal about these questions. Some of them are really fun, especially the last one. So I'm going to copy and paste these into the MOTHERLOAD chat right now, because I might forget if I don't do it right now, and then you'll have to go through the whole recording to get to this spot. So I'm going to put these in the MOTHERLOAD chat right now. And then at 20 minutes after the hour, I'm going to stop the recording so that we can share. All right. While you are either writing those questions in your journal or just wrapping up what you're doing, I'm going to share my process here, and then I will stop the recording. I did mine in pastel today, and it is very messy, so I just have to knock all the extras off first. Okay. So I don't know, now that I look at it, I don't know what orientation it's supposed to be. I did do it this way. But as I'm holding it and like moving it, it almost feels like this is the right way for orientation. But because I did it this way, I'm still gonna describe it this way. So I started with this like green color and black and red. And then I had this feeling while I was doing this, and even in the meditation, that I was seeing like this like sweep of joy, and that like the joy was like coming into the stress or the tension or the unease and the planning and all the things. So it was like this swoop of joy that kind of turned into a little bit of a rainbow, and then it was kind of cushioned by what I like to call my tools or my resources. So this bottom piece is kind of like the cushion of holding, the stress and the spikiness and the things. Um, and this color doesn't show great on Zoom, but it's like a neon orange. It's like the best color ever. And it was like this bright, almost like a okay. So I went to see Migration, the kids, on the weekend, and the movie is that they need to go to Jamaica because the water sparkles at night. And that's what I was imagining, was this like neon orange, like sparkly water, Harry Potter. So that's what I imagined. And it felt really comforting in and amongst the um all of the other like unease or all of the other like stressful parts of it. Um, so that's where I ended up. I, like you, did not have a chance to do the journal questions, but I am going to, because I haven't worked with pastels for a while, and I'm actually really intrigued to see what um, more meaning or more wisdom I can pull from this particular image by going through the journal questions. So I am going to start the recording now so that everyone else here live can share. And for those of you who are watching the recording, I would love to see your art in the chat. You can use the feed where I just put the journal questions. If you'd like to post a picture of your art, I would love to see it.